Good morning, student. Jai Swaminarayan. Welcome back to Atmic Green School, Dhareshwar Bharuch. My name is Swati Sharma, and it's class 7th. And our subject is value education, and our chapter is 9th chapter, that is my own history. Okay. So in our previous chapters, first of all, student, you all are know we have exam. Value education exam is only 40 marks, and there will be only MCQs type question. So first we have completed these chapters, and then we have practice which type of questions is coming in the exam. Okay, so in our previous videos we have learned about फ्रेंडशिप, वी हैव लर्न अबाउट सम वैल्यूज़, और हमने ये भी सीखा कि हमें किस टाइप से बिहेव करना चाहिए जिससे किसी को बुरा ना लगे और हमारा काम अच्छे से हो जाए। हमें दूसरों के साथ ऐसा ही बिहेव करना चाहिए जैसा हम अपने लिए दूसरों से चाहते हैं। ओके, और किस टाइप से हम उस किसी काम को करने के लिए ब्रिज बना सकते हैं। ओके, और उसे किस टाइप से इजी वे में सॉल्व कर सकते हैं। नाउ लेट्स लर्न माय ओन हिस्ट्री, दैट इज़ यू मस्ट हैव 13 और 14 ईयर ओल्ड एंड यू आर लिविंग इन द प्रेजेंट, बट you are linked to a long line of men and women who have lived before you. हमारे पास में बहुत सारी पुरानी लाइंस होती हैं, जैसे हम बोलते हैं हमारे दादा परदादा, फिर पिता, हमारे पापा के पापा, दैट इज़ अवर हम उन्हें बोलते हैं दादाजी, और दादा के पिताजी होंगे तो वो हमारे परदादाजी रहते हैं। ओके, अंडरस्टैंड। सो ये हमारी क्या है, वो हमारी हिस्ट्री है। ओके, अंडरस्टैंड। Okay, so that is our history. Long line of men and women who have lived before you. Therefore, your story is not just your, but that of your family, your community, your town, and your whole country. You need to remain in touch with your history and heritage, getting to know the richness of your tradition and culture is an important aspect of loving your country. It also gives you a strong sense of belonging. Okay, so let's read one story, The India We Do Not Know. Ivan and his wife Rebecca were on a visit to India. They were both deeply interested in horology or the science of measurement of time. They had visited many ancient astronomical observatories and were very excited at the prospect of visiting the Jantar Mantar in Delhi. Once they had checked in to their hotel, they had looked at a brochure available at the tourist counter, and they were disappointed that the browser only made a passing mention of the great mountain. So they requested the resident tourist guide Sanjay to help them plan their itinerary in Delhi. The next day, as they left for Jantar Mantar, Ivan said, Sanjay, I hear Jantar Mantar is really wonderful example of combination of science and architecture. Just imagine Raja Savai Jai Singh had such a great interest in astronomy. The Samrat Yantra और सन डायल एट द जंतर मंतर दिल्ली। जो हमने देखा जंतर मंतर पर क्या है बच्चों, जंतर मंतर पर जो सन डायल, सन जिस हिसाब से चलता है उस हिसाब से जंतर मंतर पर आपको क्या दिखता है। सो जंतर मंतर इज फेमस फॉर record astrological record along with task of estimating and time and tracking of the celestial bodies. Celestial bodies means such as sun, moon, etc. Okay, understand। now see here, और ये जंतर मंतर किसने बनाया था? राजा जय सिंह सेकंड ने बनाया था इन द ईयर 1724. Okay, 1724 to 1725. Okay, so here जो राजा सवाई जय सिंह था हैड सच अ ग्रेट इंटरेस्ट इन astronomy. Okay, as long as ago as 1725 did he hired expert to build observatory uh, at four other place bodies Delhi. Sanjay was surprised that Ivan knew so much. Before he could answer, the driver announced that they had arrived. As they reached the sundial, Ivan said to Rebecca, "Do you know that the sundial is called Samrat Yantra, which means the prince of dials? I have read that it is very accurate in telling the local time as well as the meridian time." Okay, Sanjay was more and more surprised at Ivan's enthusiasm and knowledge. He wondered how many of my own countrymen know even half as much about this treasure, and what about the many hundreds of architectural marvels and historical treasure of our country. हमारे देश के बच्चों को, देश के लोगों को भी इसके बारे में इतनी जानकारी नहीं होगी. जो संजय है वो सरप्राइज हुआ कि इवान को इतना सब कैसे पता है. ओके, सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड आवर सिविलाइजेशन एंड हेरिटेज कैन बी ट्रैक्ड बैक थ्रू many centuries without a break. Part of our history lives on in our heritage, and in each one of us we may not always be aware of these echoes from the past, but if we open our mind to them, we can hear them and they will make us feel proud of our past. ओके, अगर हम अपने बारे में सोचेंगे, अपनी हिस्ट्री के बारे में देखेंगे, तो हमें अपनी हिस्ट्री पर प्राउड होगा. ओके, विथ नो मैकेनिक्स machines, no calculator, and no steel, our architect designed huge building and monument and built them to last through the century. उन्होंने कोई कैलकुलेटर नहीं था तब कोई मशीनरी नहीं थी, कोई आर्किटेक्ट नहीं था, पर हमारे आर्किटेक्चर ने बड़ी बड़ी बिल्डिंग्स बना दी थी, मोनामेंट्स बना दिए थे, और वो भी बहुत पहले. Okay, although the country had many kingdoms with their own culture, language, and tradition, all were preserved, and people learned from the respected one another customs. एक दूसरे का कस्टम, एक दूसरे को बहुत अच्छे से तब पुराने ज़माने में भी बहुत सारी भाषाएं हुआ करती थी. लोग एक दूसरे को जानते थे, एक दूसरे का कल्चर समझते थे. ओके, इंडियन क्राफ्ट पीपल, टेक्सटाइल वेवर्स एंड आर्टिस्ट वेयर अमंग द मोस्ट स्किल्ड इन द वर्ल्ड. बुक साइंस एंड लर्निंग वेयर हाईली रिस्पेक्टेड एंड स्कॉलर्स वेयर लुक्ड अप टू. ओके, आवर forefather were close to nature and preserve our natural heritage. They understood that everything in nature is interconnected. Many centuries before this word that are attributed to the American naturalist John Muir. When one looks at a single being in nature, one finds that it is attached to the rest of the world. All around us, our rich heritage is calling out to us to take a closer look. Sometime a piece of history may even be in our homes. Okay. So student, all around us, our rich heritage is calling out to us to take a closer look. Sometime a piece of history may even be in our homes. Change your opinion but keep to your principles. Change your leaves but keep intact your roots. हमेशा अपनी रूट्स से जुड़े रहना चाहिए. ओके, एक और स्टोरी पढ़ते हैं. लेट्स टॉक इट ओवर. आई वॉन्ट टू टेल यू अ स्टोरी अबाउट दिस marvelous elephant box. But first, let me tell you my name and where I live. I am Panna. I am 12-year old and I go to school in Sambalpur in Orissa. My grandma lives with us. She always keeps his elephant box on the table next to her bed. I once opened it. See, there is a tiny latch on the side and saw a really old ring and a string of bed inside. I quickly closed it again without touching anything. Last week, I asked her to tell me the story of the box. She said her great great grandmother had brought it from a sailor in her native village of Bhuban. It is many century old and was made by an ancient Odia craftsman. It had held betel nut powder and maybe some trinket. The old lady had given it to her granddaughter. It is passed down from a granddaughter to the next granddaughter. My grandma say she will give it to me when I am 16. I can hardly wait. I will already decided what to put in it. If your grandma give you an old beautiful box, what would you put it in? Ask your parents if they have any really old family. Think at home. What a marvelous medley our heritage is. Imagine some master cook somewhere who decided to make the most delicious heritage dish ever in a large cooking pot. He put many varieties of vegetables, language, customs and beliefs and mixed it in the incense of spirituality. He set the pot to simmer slowly on the low flame of time. Now and then he tossed in some spices and herbs. More language, customs and beliefs, how many parts of the word, and strive them into. As the century passed, the soup thickness, each ingredient still had its own taste, but it had also taken on some of the other flavor. This is our heritage, this rich mixture of many culture, and this pot is still cooking, and we are still adding to it. Isn't that something for every Indian to be proud of it? ओके, सो हमारे पास में क्या है, बहुत सारी लैंग्वेजेस है, कस्टम्स हैं, बिलीव्स हैं, एंड जो उससे कस्टम्स को मानने वाले कस्ट्यूम्स हैं. ओके, सो लेट अस डू what we can do here. Learn to write your name in two Indian languages other than your own. Try to select one language from either north, south, west or east India. Write in your notebooks with the name of the language next to it. Look at this picture at the banyan tree. See, ये जो आपको banyan tree दिख रहा है, imagine you are sitting on the branch under the tree. Look at the root of the tree. Think of your own root. Just see how ancient and durable the tree is. Think now ancient and durable your country's tradition is. Write a short slogan starting with the word my root is. आपकी रूट कहाँ पर से है, आपकी रूट्स भी कितनी गहरी है, आप सोच सकते हैं. जस्ट थिंक अबाउट इट. A sense of social responsibility. Rohit is 12-year-old. For the past 3 years, Rohit has been looking forward to his birthday more than ever. Just before his 10th birthday, Rohit's parents sat him down and told him about a new way to celebrate. His friend would come for his party as usual, bringing cash or toys or games. But this would not be for Rohit. After the party, all the children would set off to the nearby children's home to donate all the gifts along with cake and goodies to eat. Rohit's friend and their parents liked the idea so much that they decided to do the something too. All of them had thrown, though of a good cause to which they could donate the birthday gift. Then the children began to get some good idea of their own. They got together and arranged a charity run. They were planning to collect funds for decorating the children's ward in the hospital. A lot of families from the neighborhood turned up early on a Sunday morning for the run. For every 1 kilometer that was run by a child and adult for his or her family. Promised to donate 100 rupees. As you can imagine, each child ran as far as he so or she could. In fact, some of the adults in the run too. They collected a good sum of money. On the next holiday, the children went and donated the money to the hospital. It was going to be used for repainting the walls of the children's ward and for getting new pretty windows blinds. They gave colorful balloons to all the children in the children's ward and come home brimming and joy. It is never too early in life to be a socially responsible citizen. It is never too early to learn the joy of giving and sharing. Do you have any idea about that you and your friends can do to make a difference in a underprivileged child life? ओके सो हम उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने बच्चों के लिए कितनी अच्छी लाइफ मतलब क्या कितनी अच्छी थिंकिंग थी. वाओ, व्हाट अ गुड थिंकिंग इज देयर. ओके सो यू हैव टू थिंक that type also. Now let's see, should I listen? The images are everywhere. The voices are all around us. Look at this, listen to that, buy it today. Girls need this, boys need that, men are like this, women are like that. The messages are overloading our sense till we don't know what we really think, what we really believe. The media are out there knocking on the door of our mind, trying to get in. It is time to build a farewell in our mind to filter out the harmful stuff particularly about gender roles. Why should we let the media do our thinking for us? So let's read one more story. Jijo's eyes are opened. Suddenly, one evening in the middle of dinner, Jojo asked, Pa, have you made arrangement for Molly's marriage? Jojo's parents were surprised and Molly was absolutely shocked. Marriage? What are you talking about, Jojo? Asked his mother. Well, I have been seeing this advertisement on TV a lot. It said that all responsible parents must start saving money early to get their daughters married. Oh, I say, said Papa with a smile. And what else are parents supposed to save for? Well, said Jojo, it's also said parent must save money to send their son to college. But I am still in class 7, So that's a long way off. Molly will get married before that, right? Then you can start saving again for my college. Molly was ready to get up and twist her little brother arm, but her parents calmed her down. We have to talk to Zozo. They said he's not trying to tease you. It's just that he was believed everything he see on TV, including the messages in the advertisement. So they talked to Zozo, and you can imagine that they told him about gender stereotyping in the media. They would have advertised him to use his judgment and not blindly accept everything he saw on TV or on the internet. Even an intelligent boy like him had been led into thinking that education is more important only for boys and marriage is more important for girls. But why do the advertiser do this, Pa? Asked Jojo. Because most people used to think that way. And many people still do, explained Pa, but it is unjust and silly to treat sons and daughters differently. When it comes to either education or marriage, if people start rejecting this message, the eight people will stop making such advertisement. हम लोग क्या करते हैं, हम लोग आजकल टीवी पर देख करके जो एडवर्टाइज हमें दिखाया जा रहा है हमारे माइंड में वही चलता रहता है। कौन सा प्रोडक्ट अच्छा है, अगर हमें टीवी पर दिखाया गया कि उस प्रोडक्ट से उस एक्टर की स्किन बहुत अच्छी हो गई है तो हमारे माइंड पे चलता है कि यस वो प्रोडक्ट हमारे लिए भी अच्छा होगा। सो टीवी पर क्या होता है, अब अगर हम उसे एक्सेप्ट करते रहेंगे तो वो क्या करेंगे, वो हमें वही चीज़ दिखाएंगे। ओके, बट अगर हम एक बार उसे एक्सेप्ट करना बंद कर देंगे सो वो एडवर्टाइज अपने आप बंद हो जाएगा। यू कैन बी श्योर जोजो विल बी फार लेस रेडी टू बिलीव एवरीथिंग ही हियर एंड सी इन द मीडिया फॉर्म नाउ ऑन। सो लेट्स अंडरस्टैंड लाइक अ पोटर शेपिंग क्ले। हम इसे कैसे समझ सकते हैं, जैसे एक पोटर जो होता है वो क्ले को क्या करता है, बिल्कुल अच्छा सा शेप दे देता है। मीन्स उसे या तो पॉट का शेप दे देता है या आप बोल सकते हैं उसे मटके का शेप दे देता है। ओके, द एडवर्टाइजमेंट मीडिया ऑफ्टन ट्राई टू शेप आवर वैल्यू अबाउट जेंडर। They tell girls that they need to look beautiful and the beauty means having fair skin. They tell boys what product to use to look handsome. They talk about girls' fashion, boys' fashions and how to get noticed. ओके वो एडवर्टाइजमेंट हमें क्या बताते हैं कि गर्ल्स को ब्यूटीफुल दिखना चाहिए, बॉयज़ को हैंडसम दिखना चाहिए और गर्ल्स ब्यूटीफुल खाली फेयर, जो फेयर गर्ल्स होती हैं वही ब्यूटीफुल होती हैं। Our newspaper, magazine, TV and movies often give outdated idea about the role of men and women in society. They make us think in fixed and stereotyped way about the different role that men, women, girls and boys should play. What about social media? Here too gender discrimination can be seen, and to a great extent society itself is to be blamed. Nowadays we see society changing. The change however is very slow. There are a few pictures you may not often find in the media. ऐसी पिक्चर्स आपको मीडिया पर नहीं देखने को मिलेंगी कि जो जेंट्स हैं वो खाना बना रहे हैं या कुछ सिलाई बुनाई कर रहे हैं या लेडीज़ है जो कुछ अच्छा सा काम कर रही हैं। ओके, लेट्स टॉक इट अवर। लेट अस रीड दिस टीनेज बॉयज डायरी एंट्री एंड सी व्हाट इट टेल अस। I feel so ashamed of myself about something that happened today and I can't tell anyone about it face to face. That's why I am writing these in my diary. A bunch of us boys went to a matinee show of the latest movie at the mall theater. No need to Ask which movie. We are all fan of Manish, so you can guess which movie it was. There was the is, scene where Manish follow a college girl home. He come up close behind her and sings in her ear. Then he goes up in front of her and walk backward, singing all the while. The girl is scared and angry, but because Manish was doing it, we found it great fun. So, when we come out of the mall and saw this college girl walking home alone, we had also started following her and teasing her and pushing her about a bit. We didn't mean any real harm, I swear, but she started crying and tried to run. When we saw someone coming, we went away quickly. That evening at dinner, my sister said my friend Preeti had a very bad experience this evening. When she was coming back from college, a bunch of really bad fellows teased her and even pushed her. She still hasn't recovered from her scare. If she tells her father, he will forbid her to college. I feel so sad, bad for Preeti. As you can imagine, I felt so guilty. I wish my friend and had stopped to think about our action. Why did we blindly imitate our hero? Do you often identify yourself with the role of your favorite film star in a movie? In what way can some of the gender message on TV and in the movies be harmful to us? The power and reach of the media are truly enormous. Of course, they enrich our lives in many ways and we cannot do without them. But the non-stop stream of images from the media, the sheer speed of information followed tries our mind and cloud of our judgment. As we have seen, the media often also send our out harmful message, particularly about gender roles. These wrong ideas harm us as individuals. They even harm society and the nation as a whole. Nowadays, the media are waking up to the reality and are trying to act with greater responsibility. But all of us as individual also have the responsibility to think for ourselves and not let the media think for us. हमें मीडिया को इतनी जगह नहीं देना चाहिए कि वो हमारे लिए सोच सके. ओके, अंडरस्टैंड. Now let's do something. Interview yourself. Then interview a friend of about your age to find out how the media affect young people. You could start with the following question. Do you like to watch TV advertisement? Do you want to buy the beauty product and the latest clothes that are shown on TV advertisement? Do you feel unhappy with your skin, face or body because of what you are told in advertisement on TV? हम कई बार टीवी में देख करके इस टाइप से सोचते हैं. ओके. और डू यू थिंक इट इज़ ओके to behave toward the opposite gender the way a popular film star may do in blockbusters movie? In the gender message in the media clashes with the gender message from your own family. Which would you accept? Why? Write down the what you found. नाउ कंपेयर योर आंसर विथ योर फ्रेंड्स आंसर. आप इस टाइप से कर सकते हैं. अपने फ्रेंड का इंटरव्यू लीजिए, अपना खुद का इंटरव्यू लीजिए और अपने आंसर्स को अपने फ्रेंड्स के आंसर से कंपेयर कीजिए. आफ्टर वॉचिंग अ डॉक्यूमेंट्री अबाउट अ वुमेन एक्सप्लोरर इन द आर्कटिक, a boy says she's more like a man. A real woman won't take up such a career. What would be your रिप्लाई टू हिम। कोई अच्छा सा मूवी देखें जिसमें वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट के बारे में दिया हुआ है, तो आप क्या बोलेंगे उसके बारे में? इफ़ यू वेयर द बॉयज़ ब्रदर, इफ़ यू वेयर द बॉयज़ सिस्टर, ओके, तो आप उसके बारे में क्या बोलेंगे? वॉट वुड यू रिस्पॉन्सेज हैव बीन डिफरेंट इन द कमेंट हैड बीन मेड बाय अ गर्ल इंस्टेड ऑफ अ बॉय, वाई? ओके, सो आपको इस टाइप से अपने अपने आप का खुद का इंटरव्यू लेना है। नाउ गोल्डन एग, दिस विल नोन स्टोरी इज टोल्ड बाय फोली द फार्मर। फिर आपको ये स्टोरी को पढ़ करके जो फार्मर है उसके बारे में आपको यहाँ पर लिखना है। माई नेम इज़ फोली एंड आई एम अ फार्मर। आई हैव अ लॉट ऑफ गीज ऑन माई फार्म। ऑल द गीज आई laid eggs, but one goose was very special. It laid one golden egg every day. No, I don't mean just gold colored. The egg was made of solid gold. I looked after the goose very well. वो मुझे रोज़ एक सोने का अंडा दे रही है, तो मैं उसे क्या कर रहा हूँ? बहुत अच्छे से रख रहा हूँ। आई गेव इट, आपको उसके बारे में लिखना है क्या हो सकता है उसमें, आपको ये फिलअप्स कंप्लीट करना है। ओके, आज आप इसे कंप्लीट करने की कोशिश करिए। अगर ट्राई टू कंप्लीट इट, इफ़ यू डोंट कंप्लीट इट आई विल गिव यू द आंसर्स। ओके, अंडरस्टैंड? सो कंप्लीट पेज नंबर 63 बाय योर सेल्फ। अगर आप कर सकते हैं तो कंप्लीट करिए, अदरवाइज हम नेक्स्ट क्लास में इसे कंप्लीट करेंगे। ओके, हैव अ गुड डे।